Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a really easy lye tank for less than $5. You'll need gloves for PPE, a disposable face mask, 100% lye. You'll need 1 pound of lye for every 5 gallons that your tank is. The most important thing here is that you get 100% sodium hydroxide found in the plumbing area of hardware stores, as well as Walmart and sometimes Target. This is a food grade bakery bucket. It is what the icing came in. And then whatever piece of cast iron you're going to restore. And you do want long pants and the long sleeve shirt on when you're mixing this, just because lye and water do react, so it can splatter. And then you'll have something to stir this with. Don't use aluminum, I just have a plastic funnel to stir it with. So I've thrown on my mask, and all we're going to do is slowly add half of this bottle of lye to this 2.5 gallons of water. So always add your lye to the water, not your water to the lye. And I'm going to add about half of this bottle slowly. You might see some bubbling, which is fine. That's just the water heating up and reacting with the lye. And make sure you're wearing your mask. And now I'll just mix this and it'll become cloudy. You can keep vinegar close by if you get the lye solution on any of your skin. Wiping it down with vinegar will neutralize it. And you guys probably can't see this, but this lye is smoking or letting off a vapor, and that is why you wear a mask. Another thing to mention is to do this in a well-ventilated area. So I have all my windows open right now. Ideally you would do this outside, but I live in an apartment, so I'm just working with what I got. And then the last step is to add your cast iron. This pan has a bit of what I'm assuming is heat damage, so I'm excited to see if this is rust or heat damage when it's all done. And then you'll see the water change colors almost immediately, and that is the lye eating away the old seasoning. You won't damage your pan by leaving it in the lye solution for a length of time. I've left them up to 3 months before. You can just leave them however long it takes to get down to the bare iron. This is the pan after it's soaked in the lye solution for 5 days. You can see it's stripping down to bare metal around the edges, and this scum will just kind of rub off. So I'm going to scrub it with this scouring pad. So this is after like a 2-minute scrub. So this is now bare metal except for the handle, so I'm going to flip it in the bucket and come back to it in a few more days. Okay, it's been 9 or so days since I flipped this, and it is looking like it is completely stripped down to bare metal. I'm just going to scrub it with one of these SOS pads, and then I'll show you how to season it. Now I've finished scrubbing it, and I threw it on the burner to dry completely. Then I'm going to apply Crisco. Preheat your oven to 500 degrees. You can use any kind of oil, just make sure that your oven exceeds the smoke point of the oil by about 50 to 100 degrees, and make sure that it bakes at that temperature for an hour. Now all the oil is applied to the pan on the front and the back side. Now I'm just going to wipe as much of it off as I possibly can. I'll probably spend 3 or 4 minutes wiping it down, and then it'll go in the oven. I wiped the oil off as much as I possibly could, and now I'm going to throw it in the oven, and once it hits 500 degrees I'm going to leave it bake for an hour. And this is what it looks like after being seasoned 1 time. I season pans for my personal use 6 times, and then if I'm selling them, I only season them 3 times. I'm gifting this one to my brother-in-law, so I will repeat the oil and baking process 5 more times. And that's all you have to do to restore one of these pans.